Of the Mint Hill Planning Board for March the 16th, 2026. It's now 6:30. We do have a quorum. We're actually one short of a full house, which is unbelievable. So I'll get Kenny to do the invocation, please.
Thank you. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the rain. We thank you for the weather and all the things that we need from it, dear Lord. We pray that you be with us this evening and guide our actions and our words so that we glorify you. We pray that you be with the staff of Mint Hill, the first responders across the state and throughout the world. And we pray for peace throughout the world, dear Lord. And all these things we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Kenny. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the February 23rd, 2026 called meeting?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Rhonda, can I get a second?
Second.
Second from Jim. All those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstain? All right, it passes. Any additions or deletions of agenda item? Everything okay, John?
Yes, sir.
All right. Reports from the meeting, commissioners meeting?
So the commissioners meeting, they approved the Huntington Bank. So that was approved. And the bank did provide a commitment to, I think it was a discussion here, made a commitment to allow, to form some kind of agreement with the Historical Society to allow parking during non-business hours.
Right.
So they did commit to that. So that was approved. The other rezoning application you heard last month was deferred, the industrial buildings on Fairview. And the site next to us, I think you heard that one 3 months ago, 4 months ago. That is still being deferred. So they're having some issues with getting the agreement to allow the easement, the connection to that site. So we're hopeful that's going to work out next month. That's it.
All right. Thank you, John. Anybody have any old business? Old business, we'll jump into the new business. Discussion and recommendation on ZC 26-1 filed by Area Properties to allow a conditional rezoning for A41 single-family lot subdivision on 27.39 acres. Property located at 12128 Bain School Road. Tax parcel numbers 197-23102, 3103, and 197-02115. How you want to deal with this, John?
If it's okay, I'll get the applicant to do their presentation.
Sure.
Hey guys, good evening. My name's Tim Airy, and I'm the owner of Airy Properties. We're a local firm based out of Charlotte. Started the business in 1988, and we've been active in the commercial development business in and around Charlotte since that time. I've been here in Charlotte and Mint Hill before. I've done a couple of projects here, so we've got some experience working with John and his staff, and love the community and like the opportunities that we see here, and pretty excited to have this property. We're naming it Reynolds Farm after the Reynolds family. It's been in their family for a couple of generations. The current owners are all in their 60s and 70s, and they've had lots and lots of chances to sell this to some of the nationals, come in and try to max out the site. And they're from here. That was not the type of thing that, you know, they wanted to do with their dad's farm. Their parents had farmed there. I think their dad, Nancy Reynolds Hancock, told me I think her dad actually milked cows on this initially. And then as he got in later years, they just grew hay on it. But this is not something that's just popped up. We've been working on this for a long time. The gentleman to my right, Brian Hall with Classica Homes, the Reynolds had actually picked Classica as a quality builder that they would partner with or align themselves with to potentially sell this property. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep. Oh, no problem. Yeah. If I hear my own voice, I'm liable to run out the back door. Yeah, sorry. As I was saying, yeah, the Reynolds had sort of sought Classica out and felt like they would be a great fit, you know, for them. They build a quality home. The price point that they are targeting, I'll let Brian tell a little bit more about that, is really sort of the target type home that they wanted for this property. They felt like it would be a nice legacy for their family to leave that. And so as we've done it here, it's Klaska and my firm are partnering on this, where my company, if we get through this and the property gets rezoned to the use that we're proposing, I'll end up buying the property and we'll make the improvements per the plan. And I don't see it there, but we'll figure out how to go through that here shortly. And then Klaska will be the ones actually building and
Mr.
selling
Eric,
the lots.
spell Klaska for me.
CLASSICA Homes.
Okay, Klaska, okay.
Klaska, yeah. Anyway, so with that, I'm going to hand this over to Brian, let him tell you a little bit about their company and what they do.
Thank you. Board members, appreciate your time tonight, opportunity to stand in front of you and talk about the Reynolds property. I get the pleasure of talking about our company. We have been in business, I'm sorry, my name is Brian Hall. Thank you.
Give us your address, too.
I saw you do that out of the corner of my eye. Brian Hall, I'm the president and CEO and owner of Klaska Homes. Our company's been in business, we're in our 16th year. We have 35 employees that work at our company. We are a Charlotte-based builder. We do not build outside the Charlotte region. We are privately held. And as Tim mentioned, we've been working with the Reynolds family for about 5 years now, getting to this point. And we're really excited for the opportunity to turn something, family legacy and farm, into an incredible community. Next slide, please. Every day our team wakes up with a passion to deliver remarkable homes with exceptional care and lasting value. Next slide. Over the 15 years, we've sold over 910 luxury homes. We've closed 880 homes. And I think when it comes down to, what is our clients, what is our commitment to our buyer look like, it comes down to repeat business. And in 15 years, we've had over 25, had over 24, working on our 25th right now, repeat buyer for their second Klaska home. I don't think that's talked about very often, but we're very proud of that. I don't think it's working. It's not just done with our team, it's done with our trade partners. We've had a lot of folks that have worked with us for the 15 years that we've been here at Klaska Homes. I'm going to show my age, but I started in this business in Charlotte in 1994. I started building luxury homes in 1996. A lot of our trade partners are still with us to this day. We've been blessed to win many awards in Charlotte over the years on the local level as well as the national level in design and quality. But just recently, I think you guys would be very wanting to know, we just took for Oak Farm, it's a neighborhood we just completed in Huntersville. It was named the Charlotte's Best Community last year, and locally with the MAME Awards through HB. We've also, in that same neighborhood, took the Amenity of the Year. It's a park. You'll see a picture of it here later. It's kind of in the middle of the community. And we were also recognized on a national level for that same community this year. So our little 60-lot development in Huntersville, North Carolina was standing up against the biggest neighborhoods in the country. And we were in the conversation, and we took a silver award at the national level for that same community this year. When we talk about luxury-inspired living, it starts with three things, but timeless design is number one. And it starts with incredible architecture. So we hire the best architectures in the country. Comes out of California, Newport Beach, Vicinity, and Lagoni. But then we pair them with an architect that we have out of Detroit, Michigan, Todd Hallett from TK Design. And they work together to create our incredible floor plans as well as our incredible exterior elevations. Now, as great as California floor plans are, California exterior doesn't quite work in Charlotte, North Carolina, right? So we've had to find other avenues to create our timeless design outside. And then the other two things that are just important for inspired living are incredible, remarkable experience and what we call lasting value. As we look, next slide, sir. As we look at Reynolds Farm, we'll offer 5 to 8 plans. Each will have 3 to 5 elevations apiece. They'll all be 3-car side load product. You'll have a combination of brick. You'll see painted brick. You'll see stucco and stone. You'll still see some siding and stone mixture throughout the community. When we look at design, that's what we're known for. It starts inside of our kitchens. It starts in our bathrooms, in our primary bathrooms. It's in our outdoor covered livings. Every plan we have has an incredible outdoor covered space with it. People walk in and just love the big slider doors that we use in most of our homes. All that said, a lot of builders can have that same conversation, but when you marry it all together with an incredible community, you create a remarkable place to live. In Oak Farm, we've done that in the past year, but we've also built properties across other areas of the city in the last 15 years. We built Arden Mill, which is in Fort Mill. Next slide, John, sir. Arden Mill and Fort Mill is wrapping up right now. We've built a neighborhood, developed and built the homes at Robbins Park in Cornelius. If you're familiar with that area, that was a public-private combination with the town of Cornelius, building around the park up there. We've built in Mint Hill about 6 to 8 years ago. We did the homes in Meadows and Cheval and finished that neighborhood up. Currently, we are working in a neighborhood called Stevens Farm, where we've partnered with another developer like Tim in our relationship here to create Stevens Farm, which will be up for a lot of awards again this year. That's that upper right-hand sign again. Just incredible places to live when it's all said and done. Next slide. Our price point over the years has grown. It's jumped up a little price of land, some of the inflation that's gone on. But when we get into Reynolds Farm, we expect to be in that $1.5 million range is where we'll kind of start at, and then the folks will take it from there. When we look at our demographic, our home buyers are mostly professionals, a lot of doctors, executives. But we have a tremendous amount of folks that were professionals that are now close to retirement or at retirement. 50% of our buyers are empty nesters. While we have a lot of empty nesters, we still sell to families as well. So that demographic slide has been very consistent for the last 10 years now. As I mentioned earlier, we're local. We build only around the Charlotte area. We don't go outside the Charlotte area. Blue dots are communities that are closed out. Green dots are where we're currently building at. And you'll notice in Mint Hill there, hopefully we'll have us a green dot here very soon where we can bring the next incredible class of homes and luxury community to Mint Hill. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any questions before we sit down, or?
Don't sit down. We'll start down here on the right, Ron.
Okay. Did I hear you say how many square footage or how much?
Nope, I did not mention. That's a great
Okay.
question. So our homes will start anywhere from 3,000 square feet, and they could go up to 5,500. I don't think we have any basement plans. Lots planned out. I don't think there's any basements. I mean, if we had a basement situation, we could be in the 6,000 to 7,000 range, so we can go big. Our ranch plan at 3,000 is a ranch. So we're in that square foot. Mostly 4,200 square feet is what we average.
Okay. And you said you had 5 to 8 plans?
Yes, ma'am. We have more than that, but I think that'll what will work in this neighborhood.
Okay, and it's 47 lots?
41.
41 lots, okay. And the exterior is mainly brick, or would you say?
It's a combination. It's really driven by what our buyers buy, right? But we offer brick elevations, we offer stone and stucco elevations, we offer siding and stone elevations. And depending on the area, it means what the buyers prefer, but we do sell a lot of brick and stucco and stone homes.
And you'll offer all of those elevations no matter how much square footage is for the lot?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I know this is silly, but what about your driveways? How many cars can you fit in your?
Well, if my memory serves me correct, I think our setback here is what, 40 feet off the, 25 off the road. So with the 3-car side, you'll have a parking space. Most of our plans will have, the 2-car door will be on the side elevation. We'll have a 1-car door kind of facing the road.
Yes.
And then you'll have a parking spot to the left. So you'll have positions for 3 cars in the garage and one over there. But I mean, on that pad, I mean, you could park 2 or 3 more. You're not going to get in and out of the
Okay, so
garage
just-
when people are parked there every day.
Okay, so 3 cars in the driveway can,
3 cars in the garage and then the 1 parking spot for sure on the driveway itself.
okay, so 1 parking in the driveway.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it's a short driveway.
Well, again, this is a 3-car side load, so the house, the approach from the public road going into the house will only be 12 feet wide. So it won't be like a 2-car front load where you'll have 2 parking spots or 4 deep. You're gonna drive in, it's just gonna be an in and out.
Okay, so the reason I'm asking is because when people have guests, they may have to park on the road.
Sure.
Essentially, okay.
They could, but I mean, there's also room to put more cars in. It's just, you're not gonna get in and out without moving the cars, during like a party or whatever.
Okay. And then sidewalks on both sides or just one?
Both sides? Both. Thank you.
Okay.
Needed some help there.
All right, that's everything.
Thank you, ma'am.
Guess I'm next. Let's start with, I think I only have 2 questions.
Yes, sir.
Can you walk me through the process for the cul-de-sac that kind of ties into the adjacent property there?
Yeah, so if you look at as you look at the picture here, the cul-de-sac to the left, it's showing as a cul-de-sac currently.
Right.
But at some future date, if the property to the north ends up being developed, John's office has asked us to show that as a future connection point.
Yep.
So rather than the options are either go ahead, we have the room to put a roundabout in now. The only other option would be to put a hammerhead in with a guardrail, which is not very attractive. So this is just, that's what it'll be for now. And then at some future date, if the neighboring property decides to develop, then that will be there for a future connection.
Yeah, I guess that's typically what we're used to seeing, like a guardrail. So if you've discussed that with the town.
Yes.
Yeah. What about landscaping in that cul-de-sac? Is it just gonna be bare? Is it gonna have any plantings? I would assume it's not gonna be bare.
No. I think probably what you're going to see is we will either, at a minimum, we'll meet whatever the requirements are, but probably going to exceed it, to be honest. That's one of the things that Klaska does, is they really ask their development partner like us to throw some extra money into the landscaping so that it can, curb appeal for their type product and for their marketing purposes is a big component. So that's one area we won't be chintzy if at all. So,
Appreciate that.
hate to say that, but, because
No, understand.
he'll get my pocket here, but.
That's the drainage ponds, is there any fencing around those?
Had not been any planned, but Brent,
I bring it up because most of the developments, I think we've required that.
this is Brent Cowan with Isaac's Group, who is our civil engineer, so I'll let him address that.
Sorry, what was his name?
Brent Cowan, C-O-W-A-N.
Good evening.
She can't hear.
Good evening.
Now, give us your name and address.
Brent Cowan, 8720 Red Oak Boulevard, Suite 420, Charlotte, 28217. So we can put them if they're required. As far as I know, they're not required, but if that were to be a condition of approval,
You'd have no issue with that.
yes. So they're sand filters,
Okay.
which mean they're dry. They're
Okay,
they're
yep.
not wet. They're wet only, after that date like today, it rains, they drain in like 3 days, 3-4 days max.
Okay.
They're supposed to drain in 2 to 4 days. So, yeah, some places do require us to put fences. others don't, so it's kind of a mixed bag, whether or not we provide a fence or not.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say the previous standard has been to include fencing for any type of storm drainage pond or basin, I guess. So that would be my only comment to that. That's all I got.
You know?
Yep, Scott.
Scott?
I don't have anything at this time.
Kenny?
I tried to find something, I couldn't find anything either. I'm just happy to know that the state's starting to allow people to convert existing ponds into ponds that meet the water quality requirements. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of curiosity, is this planned to be an HOA community?
Yes, sir, I believe they all have to be when you get a neighborhood this big.
Okay,
Law
all
requires it.
right. And what lighting standards are you following? Street lights?
Brent, I'm going to defer to you on that.
There will be streetlights. We'll work with Duke Energy to install the lights, to design the lights. If there are any town requirements for the lights, we'll meet that.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have a lighting standard, John?
We do for downtown,
Right.
and I guess this is sort of a hybrid of that. If you remember, we used to see the, what was called the conservation subdivisions.
Right.
And that had a provision in there about lighting.
Yeah. I mean, we just don't want a lot of light pollution. We like lights, but not a lot of pollution out there. You done, Jim?
Yes, thank you.
So the the siding you use, is it vinyl or plank or hardy board?
Hardy.
Thank you. Do I have anything else? I think I got it covered. No? I don't have anything. And this is this catch basin is a dry catch basin. It's a sand filter type basin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm not sure, I don't know if we need a fence. What do y'all think about a fence around that? I mean, if it had water in it and I was a kid, I'd be down there in it. Yeah, so after a rain, guess where I'd be?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we typically, I don't think we have a standard that says you need a fence, but like Jorge said, it's something that we kind of push for, just for that reason of safety, because I'm assuming this is going to be pretty much based on your demographics, half of it's going to be young people with kids. So I would say that'd be one of the requirements that we would ask for,
Okay,
okay?
easy enough.
Yeah. Okay, can I get a motion from somebody, unless there's any other questions? This is a recommendation, motion for a recommendation.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make the recommendation we approve ZC 26-2.
One.
I'm sorry, 26-1. As it appears to be consistent with the adopted land use plan, which designates the subject property as low-density residential place type, accomplishes smaller lots by keeping the gross density of the development at 2 units per acre or less. Low-density residential. This area is characterized by low-density residential development, single-family detached homes on 1/2 acre lots or larger are common. Smaller lots are accomplished by keeping the gross density of the development at 2 units per acre or less. Improved open space includes golf courses, neighborhoods, parks, and recreational amenities and greenway trails. Therefore, the rezoning request is deemed reasonable in the public interest and consistent with the adopted land use plan.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Scott seconds. Any more discussion? All those in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstain? Passes.
Thank you, gentlemen, appreciate it.
Thank you all for your presentation. All right. Next item. Discussion and recommendation on ZC 26-2 filed by Jasmine Williams to allow conditional rezoning to allow for use of a Montessori school property located at 6300 Allen Black Road, tax parcel number 197-07206.
I'll run it.
Good evening, Planning Board. Thanks for having us here. I am Jasmine Williams.
And I'm Akeem Williams.
We're the
I'm
founders
sorry, your
of-
first name?
Akeem,
Keem, okay.
We are the founders of Creation Acres Montessori. We're a school right now located in downtown Mint Hill, Lawyers Road, and we're in our third year of operation. And so looking for an expansion opportunity and feeling like this property is a good place to do that. So the purpose of this request is to rezone this property as, that you see here, from residential to institutional. That would allow our school to expand, and it would allow us to have just more space. Right now, we're in downtown, we're on Lawyers Road, and so we're looking for a place where we can really spread out and grow what is a rapidly growing school. And so we also have the goal of meeting a demonstrated need in Mint Hill. We're seeing that more families are looking for a different way of doing school. And so we used to live over in Ballantyne. We moved here about 5 years ago. And when we got here, just quickly noticed that there's not a whole lot here for homeschoolers or people who want a different way of doing school. And so our hope is to offer something different to the community in that way. So this is our schoolhouse right now. It was definitely a labor of love. It took us quite a while to get it up to commercial code and get it to be ready and usable for our students. And so right now we serve ages 3 to 15. Our motto is a Montessori approach. We're faith-based, hands-on learning. Our students are doing everything from cooking their own lunches to caring for animals to really those real-world skills alongside academic excellence.
and these are just some pictures from memory lane. Like, it's something where if someone told us all that was required from the county in order to get this thing approved, we probably wouldn't have went that direction and did anything. There was a lot of things that we did on our own. There was maybe 3 or 4 layers of floor and 5 layers of wallpaper. It was a very interesting journey, but our kids helped. Like, this was 3 years ago, and we just worked at it. Really, just lifted up our bootstraps and really went through it for this dream. Go to the next slide. And what it's like today, like, it's amazing to look back at it. I tell some of the teachers that we have right now, it's amazing to think that, like, what we didn't have in the past, that what we have now, we have Montessori materials, we have hands-on learning, we have a few chickens that our kids take care of and learn some responsibility and just doing things that are it's a little bit more hands-on in a place where, hey, there isn't structured desks. It feels a little bit more like a home. And so the kids come in feeling loved, cared for, but they also have little brooms and like squeegees to wipe windows and things like that, because we really want to also instill in them just like that independence at an early age and what it means to really stand up by yourself and then have good grounding. And so what we've seen, as Jasmine was saying, like, we've seen a lot of demonstrated growth in community demand, like here. Like, we came here from Ballantyne, we were looking for programs that were like ours, and we just started coming up empty to find something that was really a place where not only could you go to a co-op, but you could actually have a community of families that, hey, want to do something that feels a little bit more like homeschool, but maybe you don't necessarily want to do all of the schooling yourself. And so we filled that middle ground for a lot of those families in this community that come from differing places, from the north, the east, from Matthews, and different places to come to our community here in Mint Hill. And this is yours?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I jumped too fast, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
It's okay. So a little bit more about that. I don't think we shared this in the last meeting. We originally started out as a homeschool enrichment program. And then when North Carolina expanded the Opportunity Scholarship, we decided to go ahead and convert to be a private school, because that helps a lot of our families out as far as tuition. And so that was one change that we've made over the years. But why this property? So this is, for one thing, it's beautiful. It's about 7 minutes from our current schoolhouse. And so we've been looking for a long time and just really wanting to stay within 10 minutes, knowing that we have families coming from every direction. So that's one reason, but also it has already operated as a working farm. They've hosted a petting zoo, and the previous owners also ran homeschool classes and summer camps. So it really is just a continuation and a formalization of something that was already happening at this property. Our proposed use, as we've mentioned, is this private school campus, which initially, we don't plan to change anything there. Some minor things like enclosing the carport and converting a shed to a bathroom, very minor things. But we do envision this as a place where students can get even more hands-on learning, more animal care, and just living on the land, but in a way that's tied to a curriculum and tied to North Carolina and national state standards. This site plan, the fun part. So this right here is an overview of the cleared part of it. So it's about 20 acres. It's 6 cleared acres. This is an overview of the cleared part. And those words are too small to see, but essentially it's just saying that we plan to convert the house to educational use, similar to what we already did with with our current location. So that would involve getting ADA bathrooms, some sort of ramp, probably changing the electrical panel to be a commercial one. We don't plan to put any new structures out there initially. As I mentioned, the shed that we want to make be an outdoor bathroom, it already has plumbing. They had plumbed it to have a shower and a toilet out there, so we would just change it a little bit to fit 2 larger bathrooms. We want to enclose the garage and also a detached carport and put some HVAC in those so that those can be extra classroom space. And then it has a very, very long 1-car driveway. We need to widen that and add a loop. So if you see the dotted line on the plan there, that is where we plan to widen it with gravel and so the parents can get in and get out.
All right, and then compatibility with the surrounding area. Like for our school, like what we envision is that there's gonna be pretty low traffic compared to many institutional uses. Like we're not trying to like build a huge school on this campus. What we really like is the smaller home feel. So even if, so all of our students would be, it may be 20 cars per day on average that may be coming through. And they, as Jasmine was saying, we would have them go basically in a loop just on the property itself after they come in. And given the Montessori philosophy, our children and how they operate, they're very quiet, structured, supervised. We foster a lot of independence and self-regulation for the children. And the student population is intentionally limited. Like the other thing that is really important to us is really the preservation of the green space. Like as Jasmine's been going through and our other teachers have gone through Montessori trainings and they've seen other Montessori schools that have gotten larger, a lot of them are based on farms. And and so that's something that we really wanted to replicate is just, hey, that sort of, that same sort of like spirit and feeling. And we feel like that's something that really fits in with, like another reason why we moved to Mint Hill in the first place was it was feeling like every place was getting very dense and crowded. And really, we loved the feel here in Mint Hill. And we really wanted to like continue that feel in that area and preserve a lot of the green space that's there. And we're really just committed to being really good neighbors in the community, really love this town, and just want to save another piece of green space and give another option in the city.
That it?
Is there another one?
That's good. I didn't know if there's another slide or not.
I think it is.
I think that's.
Oh, is it?
No, it's-
Oh, there you go.
Some of this we've already hit on, so we won't really go bullet point by bullet point, but the biggest benefit that we see to the town is, just like we said, that other type of education. And people who, maybe they don't want a public school, or they don't want a large private school. They want something that's very different and serves their child in a different way. And so that's the biggest benefit that we see.
Okay.
As far as future plans, as we said, initially, we don't plan to change much at all. In the future, we would like to see a larger campus built out. Nothing huge, nothing that's going to generate a whole lot of traffic, but something that would require us to come back and stand before you and get that approval for more buildings. Thank you, guys. Any questions?
Sure we do. Jim, we'll start with you.
So as you plan to develop this Allen Black Road site, would you continue to operate out of your current location, or would you expand into the new location?
We would keep operating for as long as it takes to get that educational occupancy. So for the Lawyers Road property, it ended up taking over 1.5 years. And so if we're looking at a similar timeline, then we'll have to. But ultimately, it would be nice to move everybody over.
So your plan would be to totally relocate the operation to the new location, right?
Yes, that would be our ultimate plan. like for our children and the community, like we love our property where we're at right now, but because of the what do you call that thing again? The stream? No, the
Traffic?
the water behind the
Oh, the creek back
the
there.
creek. My goodness, I don't know why I can't find words. Because of the creek and the sewer that's at the other side of the property, like there's a little bit of limiting. Like we have a lot of land, but it's a little bit more limited. We can't do as much with the children with like we want to do more garden beds, but then we have to think about like getting the wheelbarrow up and down and building. Things started to feel very complicated, even though we had the land. So preferably in this property where it already has a greenhouse. And so like those activities can already happen. It already has a barn. So we don't have to build as many things from scratch, which is great.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Kenny?
How many students do you think you'll end up with at this new facility?
You mean right away or like in a dream world?
Eventually, what you're getting built, once you move into it, how many students do you hope to get to?
Initially, I would say no more than about 45 at one time, just because we don't plan to do a whole lot of structure on the property, and that's about all it can take.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't find anything wrong. I just, to your point earlier about getting through the county, I didn't know if the septic, because this is going to be septic, that existing building, if that septic system has been permitted for this use.
We haven't crossed that bridge yet. It's one of those things where we might get to that and say, oh, if we had known that. But we feel hopeful just based on what we have right now. Even though that the one we have is on city water, we know that the size septic this house has can hold about 45 to 60 roughly, since they're not living there, as far as like that continued use.
Okay. Yeah, they base it off of bedrooms, but
They base it off of bedrooms and
that'll change once it becomes a educational facility.
that's what we imagine. But we know, we were talking with some of the commissioners about a church recently that built on all septic. And so we believe that if a church can do it, then we can probably figure it out.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah. Scott?
And I guess you'll cross this bridge as well, but with, you're saying 45 students, maybe 20 trips, 20 cars at a time coming in and out.
On average.
Your school starts at a certain time and ends at a certain time, or are students arriving and leaving during the day? Or is it a set bell to start and a set bell to leave, like more of a standard school?
I would say it's along the lines of a standard school. Right now, we do 8:30 to 2:45.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's a window. So like in that window, they can start dropping off at, I think it's 30 minutes earlier. So all depending on whether they're early arrivers or late arrivers, they come at different times.
I was just thinking of DOT and turn lanes and things like that may be required, but I don't know with that low a car count, it would matter. That was it. That was the only thing I was thinking of.
I mean, just to kind of add on to what Kenny was bringing up about the number of students, I would highly recommend kind of looking into your sewer capacity, because yes, you could probably do septic, but it would have to be some type of engineered system to
Right.
handle the quantity. I hate to bring up another fence issue, but yeah, the pond, how big is that pond in the back?
It's a 1 acre pond.
It's a what?
1 acre.
1 acre, okay. With the ages being 3 to 15, I could see a preteen or a teenager running out there. So do you have any, I guess, contingency plans for safety regarding?
So right now, the property has a pretty big fenced backyard and 2 fenced pastures. So our thought is that if we don't initially fence the pond, then the children would be required to stay within the fenced area.
Okay.
But we do imagine that at some point, a fence has to go around the pond.
Yep. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Rhonda?
Do you offer after-school care?
We do.
Okay, for the students that you have, or you have more or different students coming in for after-school?
Only for the students who we have.
Okay. And you said 45 students. How many teachers I guess, can you have per student ratio?
We have 6 right now.
Okay,
I'm not sure what that ratio is. From each group, it kind of varies, but we're about 1 to 8.
okay. Okay, that's all I have.
It's got? All right, y'all have answered my questions, I think. So if you expand, would you expand on this area in the future? This is kind of a future question. Is that what you're hoping?
That's what we're hoping. I know the septic thing will come back into play with that, and so we would have to do
Right.
perk testing and really see what's possible. But
Right.
our hope is that with how many houses are around there, that a lot of the land would perk for what we're hoping for it to be. But if, worst case is that it would just remain sort of a satellite farm location where the children are going to experience farm life.
So you actually teach, this is more, I just interested. So you actually teach book schooling type stuff and you hands-on schooling, both at this facility?
We do. So we're a private school, and our students take standardized tests 3 times a year, and so we're making sure
They
they're
have to do
tracking.
what?
They take standardized testing
Right.
3 times a year. We're making sure they're tracking if they were to ever transfer out, that they're still on par.
Yeah. And so is your criteria set by the state?
It is not.
Oh, it's not? Because I've got some grandkids who are homeschooled, and they've got some criteria that I think is given by the state.
Well, so, yeah, I guess yes and no. So there are private school requirements, mainly just the standardized testing. That's about as far as North Carolina goes for governing private schools. A few
Okay.
more regulations, but nothing as far as curriculum control.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the other thing is attendance keeping, fire drills, things like that. Like we keep records for, but they are actually pretty hands-off in terms of like the specific curriculum. They just want to make sure that, hey, you have the testing, it's on file, and you can provide that.
Yeah, good. My hat's off to you. How do you select your students?
We go through an admissions process, and so they do an application, they do a trial day, and then we also interview their parents, and we look at their assessment scores.
Okay. Good. All right, I don't have anything else. Somebody want to give me a motion? This is a recommendation again.
I'd like to offer a recommendation for approval.
A favorable recommendation?
Favorable recommendation.
There you go. For
Favorable
ZC 26,
recommendation.
yeah. Do we need to read that statement to every one of these?
You can leave out the section where I describe that place type. You don't have to read that whole thing.
Do you have a copy of the statement?
The load.
Yeah, now you tell Kenny.
Well, I was about to interrupt.
You just want to see if he can get through all the words.
I kind of looked over there when I got to that section, and I was like, oh, keep going.
You can just say it.
Can you add that to your motion, Rhonda?
ZC 26-2, while the land use plan designates the property as low-density residential, the proposed private school is consistent with the place type, with this place type. Specifically, the proposed rezoning aligns with the character of the area by prioritizing the preservation of open space and utilizing a low-impact site plan that respects the surrounding residential rural scale. Low-density residential, should I read the rest of this? This area is characterized by
You
low-density.
don't need to do that part.
Okay.
Just the last paragraph.
Just the last paragraph.
The last paragraph. The proposed school mirrors these standards by maintaining a low-intensity footprint similar to these permitted recreational amenities. Therefore, the rezoning request is deemed reasonable in the public interest and consistent with the goals of the adopted land use plan.
Thank you, Rhonda. Can I get a second to that motion?
Second.
Second by Jim. Any more discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Passes. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation.
Thanks for what y'all do.
Yes,
Yes.
nice education. All right, moving on. Discussion decision on S 26-10 filed by Progressive Land Company LLC for a major subdivision approval of 38 lots, property located at 6040 Will Grove Mint Hill Road, tax parcel number 137-08101. John? How are we doing this?
Okay, so this is, so you're probably familiar with this at this point. So when a subdivision such as the one we heard tonight at the or the one you just heard. It goes through a rezoning process, ultimately goes to the board for a decision, but the subdivision has to come back through you guys. So that's what these actual next two items are. So this was approved back in April 10th. Yeah, April 10th. This was approved for the rezoning, so now this is the official planning board subdivision approval.
Okay. And you expect us to remember all that?
Yeah. And I think the only difference, and I heard one of you say it earlier, so it was approved for 41 lots, and it has been decreased to 38.
38.
And you've looked over this, nothing else has changed from what they proposed back then?
Everything's good to go.
All right. Anybody got any questions about anything? I mean, we approved it once, this is just a formality, basically. Okay. All right, can I get a motion from somebody for this is a decision, favorable decision, Z 26-10.
Favorable, I'll make a motion for a favorable decision on S 26-10, filed by Progressive Land Company LLC for a major subdivision approval, 38 lots, property located at 6040 Willow Grove Mint Hill Road, tax parcel 137-081-01.
Okay, can I get a second to that motion?
Second.
Jim, second. Any discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion passes. Thank you. All right, next one. Discussion and decision on S 26-11. Wait a minute, another one. By Progressive Land Company LLC for a major subdivision approval of 17 lots, property located at 4885 Redbud Drive, tax parcels number 135-15150, 135-14113. All right,
Same thing, this was approved December 11th, this is a subdivision, smaller lot subdivision. It was actually matching up to Ravencroft. This is on the, tried to highlight it here, so it's on the back of Ravencroft.
right.
And they work with that neighborhood actually to join with that neighborhood. So this was approved back in December. Plans look good, everything's fine. This is the subdivision approval request.
Okay. How come these aren't just administrative approval, John?
I've asked that question. We're going to get there. But right now, the attorney feels that we just need to keep this
Okay.
going. Yeah.
Okay. All right, any discussion on this one? Anybody got any questions about it?
This is,
Go ahead.
oh, I was going to ask if this is the one that they are going to be a part of Ravenscroft HOA.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, unless something's changed, same thing? Yeah, good. Yes.
Was there any feedback on the floodplain line, confirming that or making sure that none of those properties have a potential to be flooded? Or lots, I should say?
Yeah, we looked at that.
You got to speak in there.
Hey, good evening. My name is Matt Friedrich. I represent Progressive Land Company,
Could you give us an address?
5925 Carnegie Boulevard, Charlotte, 28217.
Thank you.
We did look at that, and we're going to have all our pads outside the floodplain,
Okay.
so.
Great. Is that a requirement, just for my information, is that a requirement to have them outside the floodplain, or can you raise them up above some standard that says you're above flooding or whatever?
I believe the pad itself needs to be outside.
Outside?
Outside
Okay.
of the floodplain, yes, sir.
Okay, is that right? All right, anybody else?
I have a question.
Sure.
Are y'all getting sewer back through the existing subdivision?
So it's actually, we're going to tie in on the sewer line to the rear of the property towards McAlpine Creek.
So where's
Just
your,
how kind of the
where's your
elevation goes.
easement? Where's your sewer easement?
So it comes along that property there. So it's on the same side as our property, McAlpine Creek. It's almost where that gray floodplain line is where the sewer runs.
Yeah, no, I know where the sewer is. I was asking, how are you gonna get the sewer to it? I don't see any sewer easements, any way to get out to this.
Yeah, we don't, it's not shown on the plan, but it's on the same property, but we'll have an easement there, a future easement there for the property.
To the common open space or something I see.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
It's all right. That's it.
Okay. All right. Can I get a motion for a favorable decision on 26-11?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a favorable decision for S 26-11 for the Redbud subdivision filed by Progressive Land Company LLC.
All right. Can I get a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
Scott seconds. All right. Any more discussion? If none, can I give a aye for all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? All right. Passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Mr. Chairman, on the issue you raised before, all of the other locations we develop in, it's administrative approval on that plan. It doesn't come back to planning board,
Yeah.
just for your edification, so you.
Our attorney apparently doesn't like the other.
I'm sorry, Stephen Rosenborough, 14822 Resolves Lane, Charlotte, North Carolina. Just to try to simplify your workload.
To me, it's like,
We got
Well,
Kevin.
yeah.
When I chaired the
Strong on
Charlotte,
Kevin.
when I chaired the Charlotte Planning Commission, if we had to bring everything back, we'd be there till 2 in the morning instead of midnight.
Couldn't imagine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for your time and your effort to do something like the Planning Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. All right. Moving on. Discussion and decision on S 26-13 filed by Blue Wave Land Holdings LLC to reauthorize approval for Cheval Phase 4 property located at 2417 Bain Farm Road, tax parcel number 196051-31. You want to give us the history on this, John?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot here. So this came to the planning board in 2007 as one application. It was the Cheval subdivision, but they did indicate a Phase 4, Phase 5. Following that approval, the developer and builders have been working on Phase 5, and it is essentially built out. The streets are in, so it's completely vested. However, Phase 4 was not, and Phase 4 was never platted. And now they have a buyer that is ready to take this subdivision on and build it based on how the plans were originally approved. Talking to our attorney and using some of the language in our ordinance, it did appear that because it was identified as 2 phases and because one phase never platted, that it technically expired. So what we're asking for you tonight is to renew or to reauthorize Phase 4 so they can move forward with this project. Nothing has changed. Well, actually, I take that back. There has been one change, and Brent checked me on this, but I believe public sewer is now available. Okay, so originally it was not, but they are not, changing
Lot
the
sizes are staying the same and everything.
They're not trying to add lots or anything like that. And also, the planning board did grant a variance for this subdivision, actually for multiple phases in Cheval. So just so you know, that variance will ride with this land, and it was to exclude sidewalk. Cheval had the idea of having these like horse trails instead of sidewalks, and this phase was granted that variance. So hopefully that
Yeah.
maybe explains. If not, I'm happy to answer questions.
All right. Anybody got any issues with anything in here? I mean, I was on the board in 2007. You probably were too, weren't you?
That was a
2007.
little before me.
Yeah. So, I mean, we went through the whole deal back then. Any issues with
Can we
anybody?
pull this up on the screen? The site plan?
Yeah, just, I'm going to.
I guess I have a question about lot 141. If that's part of the, I mean, it's noted as a lot, but it also has the deed info on it, so I just don't know if that lot's part of this
I'm getting there.
subdivision or.
I'm getting there.
Lot 141?
Yeah, it ties in right there.
Yeah, I see it, where it says Phase 4 above it.
Right.
Lot 141?
So what's your question, Jorge?
So I just want to make sure that is it part of this plat? I mean, it looks like it's included, but you have the deed info of the property owner. And is that property owner the owner of the rest of the plat? I guess I'm just confused. Go down to the next page, please.
There's a house on some of these lots that you're talking about. If you drive down there,
What was the number?
141.
141,
Well, it must be on this page.
right side of
Go
the
to the
page.
right.
Right below the graphic, or the tablet information. Might have been where there was a house before.
yeah, there is
going to the
current
right.
house there.
Go to the right.
Other right.
All right, go right more, go.
What do you mean, a right?
Huh?
Grab your bar at the bottom and scroll
Can you shift the,
to the
Now
right.
shift the whole page over to your left. There you go. Now go back up. Up, 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 up. Go a little bit more.
There it is.
There it is, right there.
Ah,
It
there
says
we go.
2.2 acres. Is that part of Phase 4, or is that lot still deeded to?
Brent Cowan with the Isaacs Group, 8729 Twin Trail Drive, Huntersville, North Carolina. Lot 141 is included in Phase 4.
Okay.
All right.
And are the streets private or public?
Public.
Public. So will they have blocked off access on the existing tie-in, or?
I'm sorry.
So like, I guess in my experience in driving through Cheval, there's some locations that are blocked off?
No, that's, those are temporary. Those
Okay.
blockades are temporary
Yep.
until, I know where there are some that go into the vineyards, and the town has told us we can't remove those until, I don't remember when the benchmark is, but the town told us they had to remain. The other one might be Heathfield, unless those have been removed. I don't know if they have been removed or not, but they're intended to be temporary.
Yeah, that's a typical requirement.
Yeah.
When you have two different developments or phases of a development, we will occasionally have a barricade. And when that comes down is usually when the town takes over the streets.
Okay.
Once that occurs, then we take down, unless this site is still under development. And if we think that that could be used as a construction traffic route,
Yep.
we'll keep that barricade up. So it really depends. But typically, once we take over the streets, we'll take down the barricade.
All right,
Like I said, unless we've got some issues with controlling construction traffic.
understood. That's all I have.
Good catches. Anybody else? If not, I'll entertain a motion. This be a decision.
I'll make a favorable motion for a favorable decision on S26-13 filed by Blue Wave Land Holdings LLC.
Okay. Can I get a second?
Second.
Wait a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? All right. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies. Anything other business? When will you all start, Scott and I are coming off the board. When will you all start looking for applicants? The last meeting I'll come to will be in June.
It'll be the June 3rd. Okay.
Okay. Good. All right.
And I should, but depending on my vacation, in June.
What?
I
You
should
just
be here.
retired from here. What vacation?
I know. June should be my last meeting as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Can I entertain a motion to leave?
Motion to adjourn.
All right. Can I get a second?
Second.
All right. All those in favor, get up and go. All right. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you.